Hello everyone, welcome to Prakash IT. So in this tutorial, we are going to learn about functional interface in Java 8. As part of previous videos, I have made a playlist called Java 8 features. In that, we have covered Lambda expressions and method reference. So in this video, we are going to cover functional interface in Java 8. So let me start with what do you mean by functional interface? So functional interface is a feature in Java 8. Let's start with the example. We will understand. Then I will come to the theoretical things. Okay. For the better understanding, let me start with the examples. Okay. Java. Let me create one package called functional interface. Functional interface is the package. Okay. Functional interface. Let me create. Let me create one class. Class called not class. We'll create the one interface. Okay. Called interface functional. Interface functional. Okay, this is the interface we are going to create. Okay, let me. So you have to remember. Let me quickly tell you what do you mean by functional interface. Functional interface in Java 8 is a feature. So where uh, functional interface contains only one abstract method, but functional interface is something special which contains only one abstract method. Okay, single abstract method. Okay, so let me take one example called void is the method. Void do something. Okay, do something is the simple method, is a simple method. You know, if we don't declare the method as abstract, by default the method inside the interface is public abstract. You know, I no need to explain. Okay, okay, that's fine. But our question here is, this is a simple interface. To make this as a functional interface, what we need to do is we need to annotate this interface as functional interface, so that this interface will be marked as functional interface. But however, this marking this interface as a functional interface with the annotation at the rate functional interface, this is optional. But it is a good practice to write the other functional interface on the top of the interface. Is a good practice, so that we'll get to know that it's a functional interface. So it is called sum. Sum means what? Sum means uh, single abstract method. So it is also called as single abstract method. Okay. This interface contains only one abstract method. Okay. If let me tell the various scenario what a functional interface contains, right? Normally, normally for the interface we are writing. Let me tell you the normal scenario. Like whatever the interface we have for the interface, uh, when whoever implementing this interface, that class is going to provide the implementation, right? So let me write as uh, that implements what interface functional. This is our interface. Means our custom interface, right? We have wrote, right? It's our custom interface, functional interface, normal interface. So which is a so this is our interface, which is a functional interface, right? So in order to provide the implementation to this abstract method, so general way of working is, whatever the class we are writing, whoever the class is going to implement this interface, that in that class is going to provide the implementation to the method that is present inside the interface, right? So this is the abstract method. For that abstract method, uh, the this one the implementing class is going to provide the implementation for the abstract method, right? So for that we need to what we need to do, we need to provide the implementation, right? So doing something, okay. This is the implementation in the functional interface example provided, right? Okay. So now write the test class. So I'm writing that how we are working with the interface, right? To demonstrate what is the issue we will get with the functional interface, and various points I'm going to cover. But prior to that, what I'm doing, I'm explaining how to work with the interface, right? So let me write the main method. So inside that how what we are going to do, this is a interface method. So we have written the underlying class. So what we are going to do, in order to call this do something method, what we are going to do, we are going to do functional interface example. This is the, let me sort it. Object is equal to new functional interface, okay. This is the object we have created, and object dot do something, right? This is the class. Generally what we are doing, we are providing the implementation to this interface abstract method inside the some class, right? Okay. Then we are creating the object and we are calling the method, right? So if we run, then what we are going to get is doing something. We are going to get as part of, okay, we got that doing something, right? This is the normal way of working with the interface, right? Okay. Let me summarize. We have that functional interface or normal interface also. Whoever implement that interface is going to provide the implementation to the abstract method that is present inside the interface. Since this interface contains only one abstract method, so it is called functional interface. Okay. To mark it as functional interface, we have annotated this interface as functional interface, which is optional. Okay. To make sure this is functional interface, we are just marking, but it is optional. Okay. Fine. But okay, let me give you a couple of other scenarios. Okay. Let me. Okay. So this is a functional interface. If I write for example another method, okay, display is the abstract method, right? If I write, immediately a compiler throws error, right? Multiple non-overriding abstract method found in the interface, okay. So it is throwing error saying that it's a functional interface. Hey boss, it is a functional interface, you cannot provide this one, what is that, more than one abstract method. Why? Because we have marked it as functional interface. If you mark an interface as a functional interface and if you provide multiple abstract methods, then compiler is going to give you left and right, right? Okay. So for that, what we can say, if I comment this functional interface, then it is a functional interface or normal interface? Tell me. This is a normal interface. Why? Because we have commented out the functional interface. So this interface contains two. This interface contains two abstract methods, right? So this is a normal interface. It is not a functional interface. Okay. So in order to make it functional interface, what we have to do? We have to remove this. We have to remove this functional, sorry, the abstract methods. Then only this interface functional is it is said to be a functional interface, right? Okay, one combination I have given. So a functional interface, and then we got to know that the functional interface only can have only one abstract method. If we provide another abstract method, then compiler is going to throw error. Okay, this scenario we have given. Okay, let me write another thing, another scenario, another case. Okay, every class is extending from object class, right? So this is interface is something it's kind of class, right? Special class. So it is also so if I write the method of object class int what are the methods that is there in object class? Int hash code. If I write hash code, then okay, let me enable this, otherwise you are getting confused. Okay, this is a functional interface. I kept another method. Hash code is the method, right, in object class. Is it giving any issue? No, right? Okay, let me write another method. String. What else method are there in object class? 8 to 10 methods are there. Okay, so for the demonstration purpose, let me take a couple of methods, right? Let me take toString, right? ToString is a method that is there in object class, right? Okay, if I write this one, this is a abstract method, right? uh, this object class method. So the compiler is not giving any issue. That means in functional interface we can have a single abstract method, along with we can write object class methods as well. Okay, this is object class methods, right? Okay, okay, fine. Object class methods also we can have. Okay, if let me take one example saying okay, this is a functional interface. Let me comment it out. Comment it out. This is a normal interface. Okay, uh, interface. Let me later test interface test. Oh, sorry, interface test. If one interface is trying to inherit from another interface, then in that case, what we have to do? We have to use extends, right? Extends. What is that? Interface. Interface functional. This is the interface we are going to write. Okay, if I write, if this test in, okay, this is should be capital, right? Okay, this test interface is extending from the interface functional. This contains one abstract method. Okay, let me annotate this as functional interface. Okay, and if this is functional interface, then it should have one after single abstract method. Some method will be there. Okay, let me take it as display 2. For demonstration I have taken display 2. So it is crying. Why it is crying? Multiple non-overriding abstract method found in interface. Okay, so what that means, if we have if one functional interface, test is a functional interface, right? If I comment these things, if I comment these things, if I comment these things, it is fine. But whenever I extend from the one another interface, and test is a functional interface, right? Whenever on one functional interface trying to extend from another interface, then that interface method, if that interface method is abstract, then throw it is going to throw error, right? Okay, so if I commented out this interface, then it is fine. That means we should not have the interface which the functional interface is trying to extend. If that interface having abstract method, then compiler is going to throw an error. Okay, that is another scenario I have given. Okay, let me take another scenario. Let me do it this one. Functional interface. Let me take it as functional interface. Okay, what happened? Okay, functional interface should have abstract method, right? So that is why it is crying. Okay, abstract method is do something. Okay, so apart from this one, what we can have, there is a beautiful feature called starting method. Let me write. Let me remove this. Okay, otherwise unnecessary confusing. So let me write this. This is a abstract method. If we two methods, it is giving issue. So let me write uh, default 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 method. Default method is having some body. this is a default method. Default method as part of Java 8. This is another feature of Java 8. I'm going to cover in the upcoming videos. Just remember the concept. The functional interface can have default method as well, because I will concept why default method, what is the use of default method, and in which case we should use default method. I will explain in the next video. Since this video is I'm explaining for the functional interface, so I'm not going much deeper for the default methods. I'm just explaining what an functional interface will have, right? Okay. So then default method is I have given. Okay. From the this is the Java 8 feature. From the Java 9, we can have private methods as well. Private void. Okay. Void. Void. Let me take as display 2. Display 2 is another method, right? Display 2 is another method. So in Java 8 we can have default method. From Java 9 we can have private method also. So I have explained default method we can have and private method we can have. Similarly, we can have static void display 3. This is a method we can have. Okay, so this functional interface can contain normal after or single abstract method, default method also it can contain, private method functional interface can contain as part of Java 9. I will cover a default method, private method, static methods, all these things. Okay, just remember what functional interface can have. Okay, display method, this static method also it can have. Okay, so I have covered, I think I have covered all the things that is necessary for the as part of functional interface. Okay, so let me come to the theoretical things. Whatever I have explained, let me revise. Okay, a functional interface are introduced as part of Java 8. I have already covered. Each functional interface has single abstract method, that is some method we can have. A functional interface can have functional interface also known as some interface, right? Java 8 has defined a lot of functional interface in package java.util.function. uh, Java 8 has defined lot of functional interface, right? Inside which package? Java.util.function package. And this functional interface is to mark the interface as a functional interface, and which is optional. I have already told. So this if we try to write more than one abstract method, then compiler will throw error, right? Because after functional interface can have only one single abstract method, right? Okay, and the usage of abstract keyword is optional. Okay, because by default the methods that is there inside the interface is by default public abstract. Okay, a functional interface can have multiple default methods. I have already told default method, private methods, and static methods. All these methods we can a functional interface can have. Okay, so the one thing I wanted to convey here is in order we have written the functional interface and what are the various methods that typically a functional interface can have. I've explained, but in order to provide the implementation to the functional interface in the beginning, I have explained through the traditional way how to working with the functional interface, like functional interface in providing the implementation to the uh, abstract method, right? But there is from Java 8 we have lambda expression specifically to provide the implementation for the functional interface. Okay, that I have covered as part of my video Java 8 feature playlist. You can find lambda expression, right? So there I have demonstrated how to work with functional interface. What is how to provide the implementation to the functional interface. Okay, and then in the second video method reference I have covered how to make our our code clear and concise whenever providing the implementation to the functional interface. Okay, you can check out that video. I will give that link in the description. Okay, so and these are the sample some examples: inbuilt functional interface, runnable, comparable, and while creating the thread, we have run method, right? That runnable interface contains run method, which is abstract method, and comparable. There is a method called compare to, that is also abstract method. That is nothing but inbuilt functional interface. Okay, and okay, so that's it for this video. Okay, thank you.